Hey, Bat Schools and Creepers, welcome to Vamp Daddy Bites. It is now 2021 and this is my first video of the year, so welcome. I am DJ Vamp Daddy, aka Ian, and this is my channel. I'm going to be doing a review today of Goth Pikes, and the long sought after, recently resurrected brand. I believe there have been several companies that have made them to various levels of disappointment and financial issues and shipping issues, and the list goes on, non-responsiveness, etc., etc. Their page became active back in October, saying that they were up and running. I want to say actually it was like beginning of November, to be more accurate. And so they said they were back up and running and taking orders. And I had to jump on it. So I did. Yeah, so the quick history of this is that the shoes are very flat and pointed, almost medieval in design, and the original winkle pickers are sometimes, it comes from French aristocracy in the medieval era, which they had taken it from like the Polish Krakau's, and that was like incorporated into fashion with nobility, faded out for quite a while, and then back in the 1950s and 60s, the mods over in the UK had picked it up, and so did a lot of like the rockabilly scene and that kind of crowd. And so they took it into fashion again. They coined the term for it winkle picker because in the UK they have a snack of snails that like in seaside towns, and they would use a picker to get it out. So the term winkle picker comes from eating snails, and I guess you could say like these boots are so pointy that you could, you know, pick a snail out of its shell. I've heard them also called like roach stompers, but within the goth scene, they became very popular, especially like in Germany. The dark scene there, they call it Goth Pikes. And so therefore, this new company that came back out, like I said, back in November, I don't even think it's a new company. They've just kind of rebranded, moved, change management. I don't know what happened, but they are back in business. So how did the ordering go? Let's dive into that. So first off, I saw a post on Facebook for Goth Pikes that they were back up and running and they had styles available. And I immediately, like, I saw they had an Etsy store page. I clicked on that. The page link went nowhere. But their posting said, message us. So I took a risk and I messaged them and I gave them my shoe size and I told them the style I was interested in. And from there, they got back almost immediately and said, hey, we've got this in stock. The price that they had listed on their Facebook page, they were like, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but here's what the cost is. And I think it came up to like $138 US with shipping. And so I was half awake when I did it. I was really excited at the prospect of getting these shoes because I'd always wanted a pair. I've worn Chelsea boots in the past, like going back to like high school, which are traditionally like, you know, the short like half boot, but it has a more defined sole and heel. And the Pikes I always thought were very cool and I had always wanted a pair of them. So I went and I broke down and I got it. I don't know if that was the wisest thing in hindsight because it was sent as friends and family through PayPal, but I did it and I took a big risk. They got back to me about maybe a week later and said, hey, sorry, like we're really swamped. We've gotten so many inquiries on it. We're getting your order out, don't worry. So I got the tracking number from them. It was through DHL shipping. And you know, I kept following up with it. It hit US Customs pretty quickly. And it took actually longer, I feel like, to get through United States Postal than it did through shipping, which showed that the tracking was coming from Peru. So the company, they're based out of Peru, which is a little different from what I had heard. That, you know, I had heard stories that they were based in Europe and stories they were based in Mexico. They're in Peru now, apparently. So I get the package, I get the box. It's a plain box. It's a shoe box, but it's not, you know, and it's packaged up okay. You can tell like maybe inspection tried to go and look into it. Um, but the box itself was a shoe box, and it was a plain shoe box. So I opened it up. There really wasn't any like padding or anything in it, but the shoes were in good condition when I got it. They're really nice, as you can see. You can see the gorgeous buckle on it, the bats. These were sealed shut. They were already like, you know, put in place with the buckle sealed. They were zipped up. So I'm like, right away, I got to try these on, make sure that they fit okay. So what do? I go and I start unbuckling them. No problems on this shoe. Get it on. It fits good. It's a little snug. Fits a little tight. Looks good. I get to this shoe. And this is where the problem starts. And this is why I haven't done the video. So these are, again, buckled just like that, each one. And I get to this buckle here, and I barely tug on it to unbuckle it, and the bat snapped off. And I look at it and I realize that these bats that are metallic, there's some kind of metallic coating over them, but it is plastic, that this is not actually metallic. It's not metal. And even if it was, I don't know if there's much I could do because these bats are so tiny. I was really distraught about it, really upset. I immediately contacted the company. I sent them a photo of what the broken piece looked like, which I'm showing you here. And they responded really quickly. They are willing to fix it and replace it. I'm waiting to hear back from them as to what's going to happen with it. They said they were going to ship it out. They said, oh, by the end of the week. That was about, what, 2 or 3 weeks ago, almost a month ago now. Haven't heard anything back. I messaged them today asking them, hey, what's going on? Can I get a tracking number? Because again, you know, these took a month to get to me. I figure it probably takes a month for them to mail, or for a little piece of mail to get to me as well. So we will see what happens. Now, let's talk about the shoe itself. The soles are flat, very thin piece of sole plastic material. Everything looks really high quality on it. Really nice craftsmanship. They are leather. I don't know immediately if they have any vegan options, but I can tell you the craftsmanship on it is beautiful. They actually have their own little label in there that says Goth Pikes. They're very comfy to wear. I have put both of them on. They both fit. They're a little snug. I wear a size 10 US, but I am flat-footed, so usually I go up in my sizing. And on this, I kind of, maybe I messed up, maybe I didn't, I don't know, but I got them in a size 10. So they are a little tight on me, but I think that'll be fine once they, you know, wear in a little bit more. Overall, other than that one piece, they are really highly well crafted. I think they're worth the money. The wait wasn't that long. Like I said, the sole is flat. When I put them on, I have carpeting all throughout my home, or for most of my home, and I slide around like crazy on the carpet. There is some grip and traction on the actual heel, which worked out nicely because I wasn't completely like, you know, ice skating through my house. But when you get onto a flat or, you know, a more stable surface, it's not carpeting, it gained traction. And I know once I wear them, they'll rough in. I was advised to me maybe rub a little bit of sandpaper on the bottom to scuff them up and, you know, just to kind of get a little bit of a grip. So that's a piece of advice I can offer you if you choose to buy through Goth Pikes. They do have lady styles as well. They've got like taller boots. They've got, you know, actual heels like stiletto and pointed heels. They're really nice. I really give them, you know, if they are truly back and they are doing business the right way, I would say this is a solid investment to make if you're looking for it. I want to contrast this with the Demonia Brogue boot, which is like their answer to Pikes. I bought a pair of these a year ago. The heel completely disintegrated after 5 wearings, and I returned them back to the store I bought them from. The store felt really bad. They gave me my money back, and then I turned around and I bought another pair and decided that this time I would keep them, and if the sole and the heel broke, I would go ahead and just get a shoe repair done and replace the heel and the sole. So yeah, I will do a follow-up video on this to tell you like what the final outcome is, because once I get that replacement buckle in, I will still have to take it to a shoe repair shop and have them do the stitching work for me, because I can't do that. You know, my sewing machine isn't going to handle this, and I'm not going to make it look as beautiful as a professional cobbler can do. But I'm really happy with these. Again, I paid $138, and that included shipping to the US. I have a friend in Norway. She ordered a pair, and those have not arrived to her as of like a day ago. And she ordered the exact same time I did. So I don't know what's going to happen from there. You know, with COVID going on and with the holidays that just hit us, I imagine customs and postal is a little bit behind. So I hope she gets her boots or her shoes sooner than later. But again, Goth Pikes, they are back, and I really enjoy them. They're comfortable, they're fun, and yeah, Goth Pikes.